too. I promised you guys I would start fairly on time. Thank you again for being here. My name is Yu-Ling Chang, and I serve as the Communications Director for Remake Learning Days. If you can believe it, this is my third year doing it. It's been a blast. Every year it gets better, and I personally love attending the events. I take my kids, and it's just really, I learn a lot. My kids love it, and I learn a lot. It's amazing what all of you do. I am just going to switch over to a PowerPoint that I put together for today. And here we go. So this is the marketing and PR webinar. I will try to keep it to about a half hour. So if you have any questions, let me know. First off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for hosting events, for supporting Remake Learning Days, for being a part of the Remake Learning mission. I mean, we can't do what we do without you. So we really appreciate it. Thanks for submitting your events. We're really excited to share that this year we have more than 250 events. Woohoo! It's awesome, all over the region, up to Butler, Beaver, and Lawrence, off to Westmoreland, Washington, Fayette, Greene County, and also in West Virginia, along with Allegheny County. So today I have a fairly straightforward agenda. We're going to talk about some general Remake Learning Day marketing that we're doing. I also want to spend a little bit of time on the website, which is the primary vehicle that we're sending families to find events, and then also touch on what you can do to help market your Remake Learning Days event. I know that all of you know your audience best, and so we're here to help support you. Our marketing is generally to help support the general Remake Learning Days. So we try to send people to the website. We don't do individual event marketing. So if you have questions about that, let me know. So with general Remake Learning Days marketing, I kind of broke it down into 4 different categories. So we have media sponsors, printed materials, some of the grassroots outreach that we do, and social media. So starting off with media sponsors, here is the list of people that we have confirmed as of this past Monday. It's been really great. Some of these people have been with us since the very first year. Everyone has jumped on board. I think everyone wants to help be a part of this great festival, providing opportunities. This is not the final list. I am still working on some more media sponsorships. In addition to that, I will have some from West Virginia. So if you're from West Virginia, don't worry. I am definitely reaching out to some people down there. And with all these media sponsors, you know, what they typically do is they do part trade, part cash, and they are able to help us expand our reach. Here's an example of a print ad that we have. This is kind of the look for this year, really bold green, kind of eye-catching, ready for free hands-on learning fun. So you'll start to see this in like Pittsburgh Magazine, Pittsburgh Quarterly, Table Magazine. There's a version of this for the Pittsburgh Courier. This is kind of our main flyer that kind of gives a quick little soundbite and sends people to the website. And then next, this is the Save the Date postcard. Actually, they're supposed to arrive this morning, so I will have 5,000 of these on hand. You see the front and the back there on your screen. I'm more than happy to send these to you if you're able to help me distribute this to your audience at your organization. I would appreciate it. Just shoot me a quick email, let me know if you're interested. But this I'll start to give through the Allegheny County Library Association to various places that we know are kid-friendly. The Carnegie Science Center and the Children's Museum have always been great partners in helping us distribute materials. And then, of course, we also have banner ads. So this is just 2 samples of banner ads that we have. I promise it'll only change twice, so you won't get dizzy watching it. But if you have a place for me to put this, I would love to get it on your website or in your e-blast, so let me know. This is also what will be going out onto things like the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and nextpittsburgh.com, pittsburgh.org. And also in the different variations that we have, I do try to rotate through different photos. And then finally, I also wanted to share that we do a lot of different flyers to just help us target our marketing by region. So this one here is of West Virginia. This is just the first draft. I'm actually making edits to it right now. But you can see that we focus in on West Virginia events, and then the distribution will also focus only in West Virginia for this flyer. So this will be coming soon. Other things about to come are the brochure. Some of you may remember last year we did this big brochure of every family youth event that was public. So I'm in the middle of writing the copy for it, reviewing all of your brochure event descriptions. So that'll hopefully be printing in March and start distributing that towards the end of March, early April. We'll also have flyers specific for Westmoreland, all the different counties that you see there. In addition, we'll also do one for professional development. I think we have roughly a little under 30 professional development events, somewhere around there. Also, what was great is the school districts also get on board and help us share this information. So I will start to be sending that out to school districts for approval. Last year, we sent out 90,000 flyers through the school districts. We also reach out to childcare centers and faith-based organizations, and they also took a pile of flyers and distributed it. And of course, there will be posters. So that's kind of the overview of general Remake Learning Days marketing. And where I'd love to go now is to share the website. We've done some work this year on the website. So if you give me one moment, I'm going to switch over. And let's see, here I am, and here we go. All right, hopefully everyone sees the website now. Okay, great. So this is the home page of the website. You can see as I scroll down that here's our logo. And then further down, you can see some events, highlighted events. You can search the full calendar of events. There's the themes, and then some more information about Remake Learning. Just one comment. I know you're probably looking at this and saying, why isn't my event here? Well, if I take a moment and just refresh the page, a whole new set of events show up. So every time this homepage is refreshed, a whole set of new events show up, one per theme, and then always you can go to the full calendar events to see all the events. So I just wanted to point out a few things about this. You can always go back to the homepage by clicking home or coming over here to the logo. Under the About section, you can learn more about what is Remake Learning Days. And then we also list all of our participating organizations. So I'm actually going to jump over to this page. I preloaded my computer, so nobody had to wait as my slow Wi-Fi takes over. So participating organizations, here you are. It'll have your logo, your name links to your website, and then depending on what you have, your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and in the case of Attack Theater here, you can see they have a YouTube channel. Little icons will pop up and it'll actually take them directly, the person directly to those pages. So if you don't see your organization here, that means that you need to submit the marketing form, because the marketing form directly links to this page, and that's the only way I can get your info on this page. If you're not sure where the marketing form is, you just kind of come over here to the For Hosts section. And we'll talk about this a little bit more, but right here you see the organizational marketing information. So click on that, fill out the form. It's very brief. I ask for some information about your organization and what materials I can send you. And then I can get you up on this page. Going back to the home page, so there are also sponsors and media partners, also our team members. I'll be updating the media partners in the next week or so. Planning guides and tips. This was something that came out of our focus group that was really important for families and parents. Was this is overwhelming, 250 events, too much. Tell us how we can look through this. And so, for example, we have RLD themes. And on this page here, you can see that we try to help families understand the different themes that we have. Your events, you selected a primary and as many secondary themes as you wanted, so people can go through that. As marketing materials are put together, they will be in this section of downloadable materials if they want to print it out. I'm still old school. I love paper. I like to get flyers and brochures, so I'm somebody who likes that. Also later on in March, we'll be adding RLD champions and teacher champions. These are people who have really championed our Remake Learning Days festival, and we're going to list them on the website, and there'll also be another resource for the public to kind of figure out what events they want to go to. And where I want to spend the bulk of our time is in the Find Events section. So if you actually click on Find Events, this is what will pop up. And and you'll see that you can search by event name, you can search by location, and then you see a list of events. And these events are in date order, not alphabetical order. Since we're on this page, I just want to point out that we just posted the Remake Learning Days kickoff breakfast. It's on May 17th at 8 a.m. It's at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center, and it's in partnership with Intel ISEF. It's the International Science and Engineering Fair. So limited space available. If you want to come, sign up. It's free. And then you can actually stay the day for Public Day and see all of these awesome projects that students have been working around the world. So going back to find events, I wanted to point out that you can actually look at the events in different ways. So this one happens to be list, as you see. You could also pick map, and here's what map looks like. It kind of comes into a map. You can zoom in, you can pick different places, and then you can directly click through to the event. And then finally, you can also go to photo, and photo looks like this. Kind of staggered images of all the different events. You can see more at a time, and people can quickly scroll through. So those are the different ways you can view things. And then kind of coming back to the list side. So you can put in an event name. So if somebody gets a piece of marketing material from you, or if they get our brochure, they can see that, oh, I want to put in straw rockets. And you can put that in and the event will pop up. You can also put in your location. This is based on the address that you gave us in your form. Interestingly, Google Maps doesn't like it when you add extra pieces of information like second floor conference room or things like that. So we are going through and editing some of your locations so that this function will work for your event. So don't be alarmed if you put that in and it's not working at the moment. We're aware of it and we're working on it, but it will be working very soon. Also over here, you can see there are other filters that people can click through. So you can pick if you only want to see outdoor learning events, only science events. You could pick a primary and a secondary theme, and it'll change. You can come through and say, oh, I'm interested in seeing what's happening at Assemble, for example, and it'll find the event that is happening by Assemble. People can click through and focus on the cost. Right now, the range is from $0 to $20, but if you wanted completely free, you could slide this down to just $0. Venue, again, it's your location that you gave us. You can also select day of week. You can select as many of these filters as you want, and it will continually keep refining your search. So I share this because we're sending everyone to the website. When we talk about it on radio, when we talk about it in our print materials, we always say go to the website for the most up-to-date information. So please make sure that if you have any changes to your event, that you update it here, because that is how the public will learn about it. All right, so give me 1 second, and I'm going to head back to the PowerPoint. Here we go. All right, so far everyone's okay? Mm-hmm. Great. So more to come. Like I said, we'll be adding downloadable marketing materials. The teacher champions and the community champions will come in March. And then once Remake Learning Days begin, we will add the survey. A lot of you as event hosts helped us distribute surveys so that we could learn about the experience that people had. We did share survey information with your organization if there was information to share. And this year we'll also be adding the survey to the website. So let's talk a little bit about your Remake Learning Days marketing. In this case, I've kind of broke it down into a couple categories: email, direct mail, social media, upcoming events, and press release. So I'll touch a little bit on each one. Again, what I wanted to say is just think about your audience. You know your audience best. You will know what it is that will interest them, what will speak to them, how to reach them best. And so in most cases, it's just making sure that you have kind of those benchmarks in place in your calendar to make sure that that information gets out to the right people. So with email, most of you do have some sort of email marketing form. So I would just make sure that you have it in your calendar. So for example, starting in March, I like to think of this as teaser communications. So this is a good time to send out your just announced email. You know, we are part of Remake Learning Days, and here's our event. Click through to find it. Definitely do a post on social media. I live by the motto that it takes people at least 7 times of you poking them and saying, hey, I have this event coming up, before they finally hear it. So we're all busy. There's a lot of information overload in today's society. So you really do have to think about repetition. Simple things: post a sign at your event location or at your organization. Add it to your website, make sure it's there, link through to Remake Learning Days website. In addition, you can go to kidsburg.org. They are one of our media sponsors. They have 30,000 hits every month, and the third most visited page on their website is the events calendar. It's free for anyone to submit an event that is kid friendly. So I just recommend that you submit your event there, and it'll preload, and Kidsburg will promote the calendar on their social media pages, which then drives people again to your event on Kidsburg's calendar, which then links back to Remake Learning Days. In April, I think about that you're starting to get into full force communications. So definitely schedule at least 2 emails. It could be the sign up now, RSVP for the event, or click through and see more details, the different types of things that'll be happening. Share flyers, RLD brochures will be out. So I will be shipping those to all the event hosts or marketing contacts. Start to prepare your press release, and this year I will provide a donut press release, one that kind of just gives you the beginning and the end, and in the middle you can put in your information. If you have the budget, I would boost something on social media to your audience, or at least create an event on your Facebook page so that your organization can start to invite friends, and friends can start to invite other friends, just kind of get that grassroots marketing going. One thing that I love seeing is when people add events to their organizational email signature. I notice it. It's catchy. I read emails. So it's another fairly inexpensive way to get the word out. For the month of May, this is when you should be in your, weekly emails. Last chance, don't miss this event. People who, if you are taking RSVP, send them a reminder. We all forget. I'm guilty of it. So it's good to send out reminder notifications. Start to be more specific in your social media posts, like, in 48 more hours, this event's going to happen. Don't miss it. Those types of things. And the other thing I always like to say is think about the post event. Think about the thank you. I mean, you're going to get new people at your event as well. And it's another way to provide a touch point and for them to feel welcomed into your organization. And even the people who do know you, it's always nice to say a quick thank you. Even if it's just on Facebook saying, hey, thanks to everyone for coming. Okay. So some of the tools and materials we will share with you coming out in March, we'll have the social media kit ready. I'm currently working on revising that. I also should share that we have high school students from Franklin Regional School District, and they're helping me do a Twitter campaign. So we will do at least one tweet on every event, not organization, every event that's happening. We have social media banner ads that I'll be sharing with you, and I'll show that to you in a moment. I just mentioned the save the date postcards earlier, so those actually are expected to arrive today, and I can send those out to you if you would like them. I'll also provide a template for a flyer and an embedded email, and again, later we'll have brochures and posters and the press release template. So these are various tools. I will put them in a Google folder, and I'll send out the link when it's ready, and you can just have access to it and download what you need. So, but I don't believe that I know everything, because I don't. Marketing is constantly changing, PR is constantly changing. I can't even keep up. So if you need something else or have an idea that's something that would benefit the group as a whole, email me. I'm totally open-minded. I would love to hear and learn as well. So here's the print template that I was referring to earlier. This is a Word doc. So basically you add a text box in that white square right there, and you can add in your own photo or your own event organization info. Social media, we use the hashtag #RemakeDays, and so if you do a tweet, please use that. Use it in your posts. There's our handles for Facebook and Instagram. And up in the upper right corner is a sample Facebook banner that if you'd like to use it for your organization or your own personal page, you can. And this will be available in that folder that I was just speaking about. So we're getting towards the end. I'm around. Again, I'm Yu Ling. Here's my info. I'm giving you my cell phone number. Text is okay. You know, a lot of my family lives in Taiwan, so I'm up pretty late. I'm up pretty early. So it's feel free to communicate with me. And if for some reason I'm not around, you can always reach out to my colleague, Dory. She and I work very closely together. In fact, we speak almost every morning and we troubleshoot anything that come up together. So you can always reach out to Dory as well. So I want to say thank you for coming, being here. I appreciate it. It's been really great to work with all of you. I'm just looking at the time to make sure I'm within my 30 minutes. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. Sorry, as I had my share going with the PowerPoint, I wasn't able to see the questions as they were coming in. But yes, I will be sending the PowerPoint out after the training. I will also have the webinar available on the website under the host section. And yes, we will also send the logo that will be in the folder. And if you did submit an event and you don't see it on the website yet, then it must be in queue. We are fairly up to date. We only have a few events that we haven't posted yet, and those were ones that came in just the last few days. So we will take a look, but if you are, if you're concerned about not seeing your event for some reason, make sure you reach out to us and we will definitely take a look into it. Gina, I see yard signs. You know, that has been a conversation that we have had back and forth over the last 2 years. We do love yard signs. We'll look at it. I think the issue we were having is how to distribute it. So if there's a way that we can figure out central locations where people can stop and pick up yard signs, because I'm sure you can imagine it's costly to send out. We will do it because I personally would love to put one in my yard. And let's see. So as Dory said, the deadline for submission was February 2nd. So that is what I'm working off of. Having said that, if you submitted an event in February, I've done my best to make sure I've included it into the marketing materials that are coming out soon. And I'm doing a final check on everything. So I do my best to accommodate anything that comes in last minute or last minute changes. I've been getting a lot of emails from Dory, from all of you, of little updates as far as time changes. So I do my best to do it, but again, make sure it's updated on the website. And then I do see a question about grant recipients related to Remake Learning Days. So I'm going to have Ani take care of that one, and you can reach out to her directly at Ani at remakelearning.org, not days.
Yeah. Hey, Stefan, most of the Remake Learning grant, and please note that the grant program is different from Remake Learning Days because they're on a very similar timeline this year. There's been a little bit of confusion if they're the same thing. They're not. They're very different, all heading towards helping parents, families, teachers, children in an age of rapidly changing technology and society. But all that to say, questions about the grants can be sent to apply@remakelearning.org, or you can always talk to me. We're having an information session on March 16th at Everyday Cafe in Homewood. We're also looking at a summer, fall, early winter timeline for projects. So you could imagine that funds will go out in June, sometime in June. I hope that answers your question. Any other questions, please feel free to email apply@remakelearning.org. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Ani. So hopefully I answered all the questions that I saw in the chat. If I didn't, again, you're always more than welcome to text me, call me, email me. I am a marketing team of one, so but I usually do try to reply within 24 hours. So thank you. I mean, really, I think from everyone at Remake Learning, we want to thank all of you for being a part of Remake Learning Days. Thank you for making the last 2 years a success. We think this year will be even bigger and better. So thank you. Thank you for spending your time with me today. And we look forward to working with you. Have a good day.